I'm hearing the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So it feels like maybe someone's experienced some kind of storm recently or is experiencing that. But I'm seeing like, I'm hearing an abundance streak maybe. We'll see what comes through. Okay, so first card to come out, the Knight of Cups. This particular card says following your heart, choosing your battles, spiritual mastery. Yeah, this is what I mean. I think that with that kind of the clouds and the storm that I'm seeing, it's kind of like honoring that and letting it pass by instead of getting caught up in that tornado that could literally just create havoc, chaos, right? Whether that's others wanting to bring you into their chaos or whether it's like something internally within you that's coming to the surface. There's really something about, if you want to follow your heart now, it's going to be, this is the time now for you to, that spiritual mastery that you've been gaining, the alignment that you've been gathering within yourself. This is the potent time now for you to say, you know what, this is exactly how I'm going to reap what I've sown, because how I'm going to respond to this now is what's going to lead to me going towards the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow instead of getting caught in a tornado and going the complete other direction. Okay, overcoming sorrow, 3 of Swords in reverse. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, this is really about I think that this is someone who's really going to see that whatever they've been doing as part of their healing journey, it's paying dividends, right? Okay, shifting the energy. Interesting. Okay, this is someone who used to be very impulsive. Okay, someone who's very kind of, as soon as they needed like some kind of release or outlet or something, they'd go head first, you know, rushing in. This particular card says only fools rush in. That song might, I'm seeing like Elvis Presley, so maybe that resonates for you. They're shifting that energy. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck we've got the star and it says wish granted. So what they don't realize is it's almost like they're being given the opportunity to show and to prove that yes, I am ready for what you're, to honor, to really the kind of depth of how potent and divine the gift is that they're about to be given. They need to be able to hold it. They need to be able to handle it. So they're being given the opportunity right now to prove that they can handle this. Why? Because they're not going to fall back onto old scars anymore. They've gone over those again and again, I feel like, right? Now it's like, okay, they're understanding the battles, right? They're understanding what they've been over again and again, and what not to go over again. King of Coins. Wow. Wow, okay. Someone's really, if they want to be this ultimate provider, King of Coins, King of Pentacles, he's reliable, he's stable, I'm also hearing comfort and lavish, so it might be that someone's really, it's giving like Taurus energy as well, so maybe that's important for somebody, just to have that kind of security around. They also want to be the ultimate provider for others. And we've also got the Two of Wands, so it's kind of like they're creating this new path by following their heart, but in a way where they know that there's more sense to it. I'm hearing sensible. So maybe in the past they've just like, I don't know, they've got caught up in some kind of energy. Like I said, that like needing outlet, needing a quick release or whatever it is, and you know, jumping from like impulse to impulse. You know, listening to kind of, I'm hearing like adrenaline rush or something as well. So this is someone who's way more grounded, or they're gonna be. They're gonna see how much they really have become way more grounded. Okay, the Moon, in reverse, and it says mental clarity, and that's come out with the 9 of Wands in reverse. So when I say they're like the clarity, I think they're even gonna not shock themselves, but they're really gonna be proud of themselves, and they should be, because they're finally at this space where they've been going over it again and again and again. You know, the same kind of whatever it is that they experience inner battles, they're finally gaining that mental clarity. This is beautiful. Wow. I feel like there's something about their inner feminine energy that they've really been healing through. 10 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, laying down your burdens. And that's come up with that Hermit, spiritual mastery. So when I say they've been going internally inwards, and this is really going to prove to them how they have closed out a huge cycle that they were just carrying around again and again and again, you know, making it their problem, and it didn't have to be. They didn't need to have too many cards. Oh, the Empress there. I won't take these too many. The Empress and the Two of Cups, that is. someone could be speaking to them internally. I was just talking about feminine energy within. Oh my God, maybe it's an external feminine that they're really, inspired by their light or something. Wow, that's interesting. So yeah, the Hermit says that's Virgo energy as well. Got Pisces energy on the table as well. Okay, justice, fairness, and balance. This could be to do with that karmic energy, especially with like the eclipse season energies that we're currently we're entering, right? Yeah, and that's coming out with Three of Swords in reverse. So whatever it is that caused this like heartbreak and the pain and the grief, there's something coming, some kind of balance coming in, okay? And I'm also seeing something about legal matters might have been involved here as well. So maybe that like prolonged whatever it was that they needed to handle, So it's like you couldn't just quickly get over, not quickly, because you don't, that's another thing, you don't put a time on healing your heart. I mean, gosh, there is no time on that, okay? But what I'm saying is, it's like it was prolonged even more from external forces that were almost out of their control to a degree, but things I had to handle, okay? But now it's kind of like that, the space where they can truly find that internal clarity, which is what's helping them to shift this beautiful energy, bring balance back to a situation, including themselves. Oh my God, Two of Cups is on the deck, loving exchange. The only card that's up here is this Three of Wands, and this is manifesting a dream. So what have we got here? Interesting. Yeah, this was their red flags. Interesting. Wow, this is someone's... I think maybe they're still trying to get a hold on this energy internally, where they might be kind of, that head first that I said, but also very like very guarded, very kind of authoritarian almost, right? Almost like, you can have healthy boundaries, but this has been kind of like, this is someone who didn't have healthy boundaries. If anything, they were cut off from any kind of emotional kind of true release. It was all just like this impulse led, this internal imbalance within, and these were their red flags, and it is to do with that passion within them, and I think that they become more aware that this is what their red flags are, but also not just to them, but to others outside of them. Okay, especially where they want to move, manifesting your dreams. In order to manifest their dreams, they're going to have to be way more mentally strong to handle this, to handle these pulls on their energy, because it feels like it's such a temptation even. So maybe it was, but definitely something that it just feels really unhealthy. I'm hearing unhinged actually, so maybe that resonates with someone. Okay, let's see. Yeah, they're gonna have to, it's something about their maybe it's their mental health as well, they're gonna have to really hone in on where their mental health is taking them, and they're going to need to be so disciplined in mentally, so to gather that strength mentally, because this is how they're manifesting their dreams. This is how they're seeing the forward vision. They see that's what they need to ensure that they're continuing to remind themselves of as they move forwards. Yeah. Nine of Cups, emotional fulfillment. This is what's happening as they're shifting this energy. They're going to be getting that beautiful Nine of Cups. They're going to be sitting there with all the cups behind them, like, yeah, I've created all of this emotional fulfillment. All these wishes that I've been granting for myself, allowing myself to receive from the heart now, following the heart, right? And being something about mental discipline is really important for someone, truly, because this is what fuels their actions that in the past they're probably not very proud of. Their subconscious mind is a big deal, because it's their subconscious mind that's really that's where the shifts are taking place, because they're understanding it, they're finding that clarity. Eight of Wands, wow. What's really interesting? That's come out in reverse with the Fool in reverse. So it's kind of like someone really isn't going to rush in. They're really not going to act on impulse anymore, because it's just caused them despair in the past. It's just they're learning how to soften into their inner divine feminine energy. And that truly is how you can manifest those dreams, by allowing yourself to receive, to surrender to it. Instead of like going in with that that. I'm hearing like passionate action, yes, but in a way where it was just it was just fueled healthily. It wasn't from their heart, even if they thought it would. See, the Empress has actually come out, but she's come out in reverse. So someone really is learning how to honor this feminine energy. They're learning how to work with it. It's something. I think that they haven't had the best examples around them when it comes to the divine feminine energy. There's a difference between divine and wounded, right? We've got the King of Cups here, emotional mastery. They're going to gain emotional mastery when it comes to whatever they're going to face next, and they're going to realize how to choose their battles wisely, and the mental clarity that's going to feel like it's pouring in on them, you know, if they give themselves time. I'm seeing like a full waterfall. This is what's going to help them to say, damn, I have literally gained emotional maturity over this, mastery over this, emotional mastery and spiritual mastery. A message that's coming through as well is you have to be so, if you're embodied as a divine feminine, or even if you're embodied as a divine masculine, it's so important to recognize where you are still operating from a really wounded inner masculine or inner feminine, right? So for example, if you're embodied as a divine masculine, how are you still operating from a wounded inner feminine? So could be, I'm hearing jealousy. I'm also hearing vanity, which is interesting. So I feel like it comes from some kind of insecurity. But how can your embodied divine feminine come into your connection together and really flourish in her feminine if you're still operating from those wounded feminine spaces within, right? Yes, okay, no one's perfect, just still working through things. But to a degree, you're going to have reached some kind of a level of alignment within you to create that space for your external divine feminine or divine masculine to come in. Just like the divine feminine, if she's operating in hyper independence, wanting to do all herself, taking control, you know, all the time, how can her divine masculine come in and really embody that role in the connection? Yeah, you know what I mean? Okay. Anyway. So yeah, I think that is that energy of, you know, emotional mastery, which is helping someone to learn how to flow in their feminine when it comes to the decisions that they're making. It's not about rushing and thinking, oh, it's going to be gone, or oh, it needs to be done now, or whatever. It's kind of like honoring the pace, honoring the divine unfold, the divine pace, especially because I feel like this is someone who gets a lot of divinely guided signs. I'm seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities coming in for someone, okay? 8 of Swords, self-entrapment. Yeah, they've been in self-entrapment. This is the burdens that they're laying down. Self-entrapment. Oh my God. And with it comes the Ace of Cups. Overflowing love. That's because they're laying these burdens down. They're honoring that. I'm hearing like an internal glow up. Strength at the bottom of the deck there as well. Okay. Invisible force. Yeah, it's an internal glow up. Wow. It's going to be seen externally very soon. Maybe it already is in certain aspects. But I mean, overflowing Ace of Cups, that's beautiful. They really have been working on their heart space, whoever this is, to really learn how to come forward with that, I feel like. Especially with the overcoming the sorrow. Wow. Harmony restored. 5 of Wands in reverse. Harmony restored. And that's come out with justice. So talk about bringing back the balance, divine justice. Okay. So as a result of whatever is happening here, someone's really planning their next moves ahead. So again, they're not rushing in. I'm hearing like strategic planning. They're really planning. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck as well. Look at all these aces. This is someone who's, not only are they gaining the clarity and healing through that heart space, and their mind is much more like, I see things much more clearly. They're actually honouring that so that the next steps forward, they're doing it in a much more mindful way. So it's kind of like they're balancing their head and their heart. I always say that is so crucial when you're moving forwards, because that's, again, another sign of your inner balance, divine masculine, divine feminine. This feels like someone who before their priorities were not set straight. Like you'd be literally thinking, where are your priorities? They're setting them straight. They really are. I think they were juggling so much and they were taking on things that maybe they weren't theirs, or maybe they just wanted to be involved or something. I don't know, but there's been a lot of karma they've had to really clear through. And this is, again, it's, you know, the time I'm recording this with that lunar eclipse just around the corner, this is like huge. And I think that they're actually honouring this cycle, whether they realise what they're doing or not. Blocked by obstacles. Their emotional fulfillment for a very long time has been blocked by obstacles because they haven't known how to harness and hone in on that beautiful energy they have, you know, coursing through them. They've let it go to people and places that are just so out of alignment. Lessons they needed to learn, truly. Lacking self-confidence. This is why. So they thought that emotional fulfillment would come from externally, external validation, externally being accepted, external whatever. They didn't have that internal confidence at all. Yeah, devil at the bottom of the deck. Strings attached, it says. So they definitely create... Oh my God, the lover's just underneath that. Do you know they're the opposites in tarot? They're literally like dark and light. That's incredible. So there's judgment there as well. So they're going to be honouring this. They're going to be seeing this. But this is where they need to shift their energy. They need to start getting way more confident in themselves. It's too many cards. Oh, the star came out again. Oh, beautiful. Wish granted. That really wants to come through. That wish does. Divine really wants to send that over. Okay. Wow. I didn't realise this was still here, but we'll take it since it really needs to be out. The World. Closing a chapter. It literally says they're closing this chapter. End of a chapter. Beautiful. Judgment. They're finally heeding the call. They're understanding the only way to move forwards is to finally slow down, take a moment, don't rush in. And this is like sideways, so I don't know which way to take it. It's the Seven of Wands. Licking their wounds, worth fighting for. Okay. They understand that this is where they're finding that balance. So this is why it's going to be like no rushing in. They're really going to, whatever they're closing out now, they're going to honour this close. They're going to take their time to recognise what was out of balance, what was within their power that they could have created much more balance with, you know what I mean? Their own red flags that we've been talking about. And that's where they're going to find that mental strength within to manifest their dreams and moving forward, to restore the harmony, to really honour the overflowing love that they have within them, especially towards whatever it is they want to move towards, that emotional fulfillment. Okay, this is how they're shifting their energy, and it's really big to do with them knowing their worth, them really learning how to love themselves. Okay, got a lot of kind of wands here as well, actually, and that's really fiery energy, and wands are really like action and, you know, very quick kind of energy. I think this is where someone's really learning how to harness that. 34 gears, innovations, ideas into action, efficient, smooth. They want it to be smooth. They want it to be seamless. They want progress. This is why they're talking perfect timing. It says teamwork, interconnected, synchronicity. They've been seeing a lot of synchronicities. They want something to work, and they want it to work right this time. They don't want things getting in the way of those gears, you know. Yeah, mountain. They've had obstacles before. Mountains, maybe you live by mountains, or I don't know, there's a view of mountains I'm seeing. They've seen those obstacles, and now they're heeding it. They're understanding, wait a second, been there, done that. Okay. Torch, number 4. Dark to light, revolution, courage, fully engaged, forge ahead, liberation, stand up for truth, bold, passion, justice, freedom. Big when it comes to justice, divine justice. Like, they're going to be freeing themselves from something that they've been, like a karmic loop, they've just been internally traveling through, really. This is really important. It's like a really pivotal time. No wonder they're moving towards the gold at the end of that rainbow. Oh, hornet's nest, number 21. So with this hornet's nest, I think this is to do with that 7 of Wands that wasn't either reversed or upright. Okay, they're still thinking about whatever happened in the past because they want to follow their heart. They see what's worth fighting for, and it is their heart, whatever's in their heart, that bright light, truly. You know, love, desire, joy, bliss. This is what they're going to feel once they go after what's in their heart space. Affection, fulfillment, kindness, forgiveness, romance, contentment, passionate caring. But there's something about this hornet's nest, some kind of volatility. They're still being stung by whatever happened in the past. And I think that's something that... Okay. Yeah, that's something that's... I keep sneezing. What's going on? Maybe you're sneezing right now. There's something really important about this. I think, you know, they say when you're sneezing, someone's remembering you. So I think it's a sign that actually they're still remembering whatever happened in the past, and they're not recognizing the change, or not allowing the space for change. But I think they know that, and they want to. This is why they want to shift that energy. Rings, number 25. Agreement, pact, cycles, promise, karma, again, closure. Finally, circle of trust. It's important for them to have an important circle of trust, because I think that they haven't had that before. You know, it's pulled them away into those red flag behaviors, okay? Intentionally or not, okay? Committed, contracts, partnership, reaping what you sow. Wow. Oh my God, and that's literally at the bottom, sowing those seeds. Confirmation. Wow. This is powerful. This is just so in sync. It tells me that they really are receiving the right signs right now to keep them in their faith. And they're following it. That's the difference. Masculine energy. Could be that King of coins that was coming through. King of Pentacles. I'm seeing very, like, you know, status as well. Someone who likes their material stuff. Mountains. Again, it did come out. Obstacles. Number 21, number 8. Number 28 as well. problem, block, cold, indifferent. Maybe this is what they've been like in the past, very indifferent, very cold, very blocked off, very kind of guards up instead of like honoring what they need to overcome this obstacle. And that's with that gears, you work together, teamwork, you work together to overcome this, to bring like to avoid this hostile environment. You operate from the heart space. That's how you find your alignment with the right person. I think that they were operating from a very wounded inner child, to be honest. They were operating from a very wounded inner child. Okay. Book. Number 26, number 10, October, child, boy. I think hidden things, mystery. I think this is to do with their inner child. They're learning some things. They're also learning with this intellectual knowledge, education. They might be learning, actually going, like maybe doing a course or something, I don't know, some kind of learning, reading more. Secrets, the unknown manuscripts. I think that this is what's helping them gain that spiritual mastery, wherever it is that they're releasing themselves from that mental clarity, they're gaining the overflowing love, they're now allowing themselves to feel from releasing that self-entrapment. They're doing some kind of research, and this is what it's to do with their own internal block. Their biggest obstacle has been themselves, their own internal pain, and they're learning about it. They're taking the time to learn about it. Okay. Number 9, the bouquet. Happy, harmony, beauty, creativity, a gift, art, reconciliation. That's interesting as well. Forgiveness on the other card. Expressive, gratitude, appreciation, openness, love, warmth. I think this is someone who has a lot of bottled up feelings. Not bottled up, but I think that they want to express themselves. But they want to do this right this time. Got the snake there. That's silent treatment as well. So maybe this is what it's about. Jealousy is literally that we spoke about, that betrayal, toxic seduction. Maybe there's something that needs to be made up for, especially with that justice, that harmony restored. I'm seeing someone just showing up with a bunch of flowers, and I'm sorry. Wow. I think this is someone who knows how to make the right gestures, right? But it's about the heart that's in it. The follow-up, okay? Yeah, coffin, number 8 and number 9, 8th of September maybe, or the 9th of August. Death, loss, inactive, forgotten, discouraged, absent-minded, defeated, down, now, over and done, endings, dull, breakup. So we've got the end of a chapter, yes, but I think that maybe they think that something's done, something's over with. And I'm not talking about like some kind of karmic energy. This is stepping stones, number 5. Centered, meditate, integrate, and opposing forces flow, feeling complete awareness, just right, quality, well-being. 2 things are coming through. They're closing out this chapter wherever it is, and it's really helping them to find their internal balance. Like truly, they're finding their inner alignment in a way they have not done before. And this is also to do with them kind of, it's almost like they're reconciling with themselves, really finding that love and warmth within again, right? But also I feel like, and there's a key here, number 33 and 8, I also feel like there could be something to do with a past situation that they think is over and done, or they don't want to be over and done. Yeah, Rider and the Lighthouse. Number 1 and 9, 1st of September, 7. Your inner guidance system. They're in the right direction, whatever it is. They're going to be getting in the right direction. Especially, again, it says gaining clarity and navigating obstacles. So whatever obstacles are about to come in their way, they're going to navigate them beautifully, very seamlessly. The gears. A messenger, a message, green light, full speed ahead, delivery. Someone could be traveling, could be receiving some kind of news. It also says visitor, so maybe like a random visitor. But there's definitely progress moving forwards. No longer lingering in this energy of just like, past. Gosh, this is interesting. Got the iceberg, and then we've got the island, and that's about separation and being in isolation. That's so interesting. Number 21 and 26, iceberg. There's more than meet the eye. Subconscious mind, again, buried emotions. They're really navigating these buried emotions. This is what they're going to finally put a close to, an end to, and free themselves from it, controlling their every move. It also says estranged on that card, so I feel like maybe it is something to do with family that's being unearthed, since when they were younger. Hidden depths. Someone themselves has a lot more to them than what meets the eye. Okay. North Star, number 3, and then the fish, resources. Again, he's given that King of Pentacles, someone who's dependable, who has resources. Something about multiplying as well, income, investments, finances, okay. North Star, again, inner guidance. Someone's inner guidance becoming so on point, the more they're finding that clarity emotionally and mentally. It's beautiful. Like, that's where they're gaining that spiritual mastery as well, okay? This is someone who's really finding their alignment. Like, when I say their path of purpose is opening up, and has there been many detours? God, yeah. Number 11, the whip. Get cracking, snaps driven. Interesting. Oh, 7. Ugh. Yeah, so there's definitely been something here. I think that they're trying to remove whatever this is within them. You know, that snake energy, I think that's within them, that they're really feeling like, I need to heal this, right? That's why they're really wanting to explore the hidden depths within their subconscious mind, and they're going to be given the opportunity to do exactly that, so they can finally clear through that and heal that. And this is also, I think maybe they have these kind of people around them, or maybe they were connected to someone, that strings attached. You know, maybe it was just like a sexual thing, or just maybe they felt betrayal from them, backstab, jealousy, toxicity, painful tension, arguments. It does say kinky sex, so that's why I said the sexuality thing as well, because I don't know, but that's something they're clearing through. They're finally going to be able to just release it, and in a healthy way. So I just wanted to find out about moving forwards, and there's something here. First of all, there's going to be this wild card energy. Someone's really like grounding in, especially when that sexual energy that was coming through. They're really grounding in. There's maturity, there's establishment, there's ambition, achievement, you know, longevity, mature. This could be someone who's quite career driven. I mean, come on, the King of Coins, right? Maybe money driven, but definitely someone who wants stability. They're going to be taking some kind of, not a risk, but something that's going to feel really like, so like, this is a wild card, okay? So an opportunity that really could create a whole new like path, okay? And this a girl that's come through, child, girl, beginnings, innocent. I think this is who they might want to move towards, someone who they see in this way, like someone who I don't know, I'm just getting this warm energy, you know, there's creativity here, carefree, spontaneous, tenderness, okay? But there is this energy that's come through, and this is what's going to be the thing that they can finally clear through now. There's a lot of confusion when it comes to some kind of third party energy, and it's either it's a sibling or it's some kind of friend, okay? Someone who maybe in the past turned from friend to lover, okay? Huge red flag, okay? And they're going to know about this. This isn't someone in their community, got the garden here, audience, okay? There's some kind of misleading information that's coming their way, but they have the key here. They're going to find that solution. They're going to see someone, again, clarity. I think, whereas in the past, this might have caused even more confusion and led them down the wrong way or whatever. This time it's kind of like they're going to be paying attention, or they need to be. They're going to be liberating themselves from this. Okay, so that's it. Masculine energy, yeah, that's confirmation. Again, another masculine energy. The third person could be a masculine energy as well. Okay, so maybe it's like a brother, or like I said, that friend or something, I don't know, but they're definitely going to be able to move past this now. Oh my god, I think it's a brother. The child has come out. I've also heard maybe it's someone they have a child with, they got the ball and chain energy, so maybe, but like I say, the main thing here is that they're going to be finding that solution to clear through. And I think this is they're one of their biggest blocks right now towards moving forwards. Clover, luck is on your side. Okay, number 2 and 6. Something that's going to feel like a reward, good fortune, and that's that pot of gold. They need to be mindful though how they're handling this. They need to be more mature and stable, especially with this magnet here, the number 23. There's a longing, there's desire, there's this magnetic attraction, charm. It says seduction, field of influence, yearning. They need to be mindful with that energy. They really do. There's something about that for them. Maybe there was a child involved because of like how they handle that energy. Oh my god, no way. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, you've got a double rainbow. And that's what I was seeing. Wow, number 16, divine intervention. That's the final card, because they don't want you to just rely on divine intervention. They want you to be the one who is mindful, who's taking action, who's paying attention, who's really going inwards and checking yourself, so that you can finally do what you need to do to clear yourself and end this chapter. Oh my god, perfect timing, promises kept, light code, serendipity. Someone could be receiving a lot of light codes right now. Maybe you might be experiencing ascension symptoms as well, okay? As above, so below. So don't think that divine has given up on you. My god, quite the opposite. They're like, we're literally preparing you now for your next level. And again, I do think this is someone who has veered off course many times. Their path of self-discovery has been a winding one, okay? They've had a lot of growth, okay? Mercury, the magician, again, manifesting your dreams. Venus, the empress. That feminine energy again. Beauty, charm, love, pleasure. As I'm recording this, Venus is in Leo, so maybe that resonates with you. Communication. Someone's going to have to be really quick with their communication, I feel like, as well, with whatever's coming. Sagittarius energy, the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Sagittarius, temperance, okay? So moderation. Whatever you're, I'm just saying. Moderation, harmony, peace, balance, alchemy. My God. Aries energy could be relevant to someone. Okay, then look at that. Leo, Mars, got the strength and the tower. You're going to have courage, confidence in this. You're going to need to use your wisdom and your power with this sudden change, this action, especially with that energy that fuels your desire. Libra, divine justice, the bottom of the deck. Justice. Okay, so again, legal matters, it says. Truth, integrity, fair and balance. Then you got summer at the bottom of the deck. So I think this is something that's been unfolding over summer. And there's going to be an opportunity here to the world, the lovers. When I say alignment from that heart space is coming through, it truly is, okay? So be mindful, look after you, stay aware, and stay in your alignment. Just practice your spiritual protection as well. It's going to be really important for you, okay? Spiritual hygiene. Sending love.